this eclipse has been ruining me. Actually, not even ruining me. Like, it's just been making me super fucking emotional. Like, the day after the eclipse, I cried like 6 times. I cried from sad videos, but I also cried from just random thoughts in my head. Like, I was thinking about the past, I was thinking about things in the present in my life, I was thinking about just like so many things. Like, I literally cried like 6 different times, and I was like just sobbing in my bed, and I was like, holy fuck, this is crazy. And then I proceeded to have like the most spiritual fucking dream ever. Like, the energy is crazy, and I've been getting so many ideas for videos. Also, by the way, I've been gone because I've been sick. Like, you can still hear it in my voice. I had a week of just dying, and then to top that off, I got my period while I was sick. So I literally have been laying in bed constantly. Today, I'm here to talk about one of the things that I was crying about in my bed when I was just being emotional. I was thinking, okay, so it started because I was watching a video, right? I was watching a reel about this guy just going up to old people and giving them flowers. Like, a simple act of just giving random people flowers. And when I watch these videos, they make me bawl my fucking eyes out, number one. But number two, it always makes me feel like I want to do that. I want to be the type of person that can go up to a person and give them flowers. And it got me thinking about how like loveless our world feels and antisocial, and like we all know this, it's been talked about 100 times online, but the way that phones, and not only phones but COVID and all the ways that we've been separated from each other, it's like seriously affected humanity. I live in Canada, okay? I feel like Canada has always been a place where it's like neighborly. You help your neighbor, you are kind to your neighbor. There's just like a sense of community. There was always a sense of community in Canada. And it's obviously not just Canada, but I'm just using that as an example. But this like sense of community, it's gone, and I can feel it in myself. Like, I am more antisocial than I've ever been, and that is not just because of the phones and COVID. It's like my own traumas and stuff that have contributed to that. But I'm looking around and I'm like, damn, it is so abnormal to like even have a conversation with a stranger nowadays, when that used to be the normal. And I think the main reason is phones, because if you have something on you constantly there to like do and look at and take up your time, or other people to talk to, like, why would you waste your time talking to random people, especially when like you might not be super social in the first place. And it's just really sad, because before phones, not only did we have to talk to each other more, but like we enjoyed it more. And I love talking to people. It's like the fear of actually doing it. Like, you know, when you get in your head and like when you haven't been social for a while, it's almost like you're a feral fucking animal, or like a feral child that like needs to be integrated back into society. Like, that's how I feel. I just feel like it's been so long since I felt community and felt neighborly, like socialization, and just like the ability to talk to people, that I just feel like a feral animal, and I feel so ill-equipped to have a conversation. And it's also my own stuff. Like, when I'm super tired, low energy, haven't slept, which is most days, don't have enough water in my body, like all these things, I feel less able to socialize. But when I'm like super energized, I'm like, oh my god, like I'm such a social person. And it's crazy because I always call myself an introvert. And I remember before my traumas, before the phones, before all this, I was always more quiet, but I always liked talking and I liked being silly. And then I started and then I started crying, because I'm like, how the fuck do I get my silliness back? Like, I was just crying about how like I don't feel like myself. And I know I've said this in every video, but it's true. I just feel like the world is different. Everybody is in their own world. Nobody cares about each other. Nobody nobody wants to take 1 minute to like not only ask somebody about their day and genuinely care, but maybe go to their way to do something. Like, the world is so fucking divided. It's actually scary. And so when I see these videos, these simple videos of just giving somebody flowers, it sounds so simple, but it literally has the ability to change fucking lives. Because you watch these old ladies in this video, and they have this look in their eye like their whole world just got uprooted from that, because maybe they haven't been given flowers in forever. No one's called them beautiful. I'm gonna cry. Nobody's called them beautiful in a while. Or like, he gave the flowers to like this veteran, and the veteran looked at him like he felt seen and like appreciated and loved for like the first time. Oh, I'm like so emotional. For the first time in a long time. And then the guy shook his hand and said, "Thank you for your service." And you could tell he just felt like, I haven't felt like that connectedness. And it's just sad. Like, it's so fucking sad, bro. Like, I feel like humans thrive on socialization and like connectedness to each other, and we all are like the opposite of that. And so badly I just want to be my silly extroverted, like, when I was a kid, I was super fucking weird and silly, okay? And like, not many people got to see that. It was mainly just my close family, because like my outer family was so judgmental, and like that's like the beginning, what's the word, inciting incident, is that a word? That's the beginning inciting incident. I feel like that like started this fear of being seen by people, and then there was other traumas along the way. But I used to be so silly and carefree, and I could talk and I could tell stories, and I was creative, and I could just be myself. And I'm just like, I need to get back to that, because life is short, and it's so important to be. And okay, this is the other thing I was crying about, because I was looking at the faces of these old people, and like how vulnerable you have to be to do a video like that. Like, not only do, number one, you have to have a camera on you, which it's fucking scary to record in public. It's scary to record yourself in general. Number two, you have to go up to somebody and have the potential rejection of them thinking you're a fucking weirdo. Recording, take these flowers, do you want these flowers? It's so shocking. And then to be on the other end of that, to have a random person come up to you, give you flowers, it's vulnerable. You feel it's like there's such an embarrassment and shame of like feeling good. Like, does anybody else feel like that? Feeling mushy gushy feelings. It's so embarrassing and shameful, or it feels that way. It's always felt that way. And I feel like that's another reason too why like our world is like this, is because emotions are so like, I don't know, they're just so made fun of. Like, I was thinking about growing up, like watching movies where there was a sentimental scene, like your family would just be like, "Oh my god, are you guys crying?" Like, and I was the type where if I felt something, I would get tears in my eyes. But like, if my family is gonna start being like, "Oh my god, Sid's crying," it makes you feel, and obviously they're joking, and obviously they don't mean any harm by it, but it's the fact that like, if someone's saying that as a kid, you think like, oh, okay, like I can't like cry or like feel too much because that's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to feel. And I feel like this a lot because I'm the type of person where I am so sentimental. Like, I think there's meaning and sentimentalness in everything. And I'll look back maybe a couple hours or maybe a couple days later, I'm like, okay, so it doesn't mean that much to me now. And I'll look back and feel kind of embarrassed. Like, why was I talking so like dramatically to this person? But it's like, at the same time, that's who I am. I feel so intensely in moments, and it makes people uncomfortable because I'm so dramatic sometimes, but I don't really want to change that because I feel like the world needs more of that. And I'm trying to get to a place where I'm like, I don't want to change myself because the world is uncomfortable with themselves and their own emotions. Like, you know what I mean? Anybody that's uncomfortable with my emotions and my vulnerability and my empathy is just uncomfortable with their own emotions and expressing them. And they've probably been told, like, oh, it's embarrassing for you to feel this much, like, just shut it down. And, like, I'm just so tired of living in a world where everybody's so closed off and awkward, and, like, and it's making me that way. It's making me feel awkward to connect with people, and like, oh, I can't laugh too much. I can't, like, I don't know, it's just so fucked. Like, it's just so backwards, and it's so opposite of the way that we're supposed to live. And I was thinking about how brave and courageous it is to love, to express emotions. And that's the thing. Emotions aren't just happy, love, sad, whatever. Emotions are also anger. And for some reason, everybody is so comfortable being angry and showing that emotion. Like, we have no problem being angry to each other, like flipping someone. And don't get me wrong, I have really bad road rage. I have no problem. Sorry, I have like these things hanging and they're clicking on each other. I have no problem like flipping somebody off and being mad, and I would never do that to somebody's face. Like, I'm always very kind. When I'm frustrated, I'll keep it to myself, okay? But like, I'm just talking about in the world, we have no problem being like angry at people and just saying, what the fuck is wrong with this person? Why would they do that? We have no problem expressing that, right? But then when it comes to being kind, it feels so uncomfortable, embarrassing. Like, oh my God, why am I feeling this much? Oh my God, this person's gonna think I'm a weirdo. And it's like, okay, yeah, they might think you're a fucking weirdo. They might think you're a weirdo for coming up to them with flowers and trying to make their day. But think about how fucking fucked that is. If someone thinks you're a weirdo because you're trying to do something nice for them. And obviously, if that happened, you could just tell yourself, okay, well, they obviously don't know how to accept love, and that's their own problem. But it's so hard to do that, because when you do something nice for somebody and they don't accept it, it feels so fucking embarrassing. And you know how many times I've done it? And I think that's why I have such a hard time now, because do you know how many friends that I've like done nice things for, or just been like, oh my God, I'm gonna make them like this cute like, okay, I'll give you an example. I had like an issues with friends at my old high school, and I ended up switching to a new one. And I had this friend that I was friends with before, but when I got to that high school, I had some classes with her, and I was like, oh my God, I'm excited to get closer to this girl. And we were hanging out a little bit, and then Halloween came around. Halloween's my favorite fucking holiday, and she loved Halloween too. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna make her a boo basket. And like, boo baskets aren't just for people that you're like with or whatever. You can do them for anybody. And I made her a little boo basket. And I remember she acted like I was such a fucking weirdo, dude. And you know what? Maybe it's because she thought I had a crush on her, even though I didn't act that way. And I think that's what it could be. But it's just crazy, because I remember her thinking like, she wasn't super excited. She was just kind of like, oh, thanks. And I remember feeling so embarrassed. Like, oh my God, did I just do something so weird? And I'm just thinking, oh yeah, you did something so weird. Going to spend money as a high school student on somebody that you're trying to get closer to, buying them fucking mugs, stuffed animals, candy. Yeah, you did something so embarrassing. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck? But I let those moments change me, because it's hard not to. It's hard not to let that harden you and make you feel jaded. And then don't even get me started in fucking relationships. Dating somebody that you think you're gonna be with forever, young love, you get them stuff, and you guys end up breaking up, or maybe they don't get you something, or they don't even put in effort, and you're just like, this feels so embarrassing. And then you can't help but blame yourself. Like, oh, well, maybe if I listened to the red flags and didn't love so hard in the beginning, then I wouldn't be in this situation. Maybe if I kept my emotions to myself longer, then I wouldn't have. But you know what I mean? Like, somebody like me cannot do that. And I always watch these videos online, like, oh yeah, you have to like hold your cards close to your chest in the beginning. You can't give all of yourself to one person. I'm sorry. I understand that. There's fucking truth to that. But that's not who I am. When I see something in somebody, I love them, and I love them hard, and I go all in. And yeah, it's not healthy probably, because you don't see the red flags, or maybe you feel so deeply when like things, it's okay to feel that way, but you're not really supposed to show all of that at once, because sometimes sometimes your emotions, they can lie to you. Sometimes it's actually not that deep, even though you feel that way. And you have to understand that emotions aren't fact. They're just emotions. They're fluid. Like water, they're fucking intense, and then they can die down the next day. Like, emotions are so fluid. And so that's something I'm also trying to understand is like, okay, yes, I don't want to change myself. I want to be my full lover girl. But I also need to like reel it in sometimes because other people don't care as much as me. And if you're somebody like that, it's like you have to understand that like other people don't care as much as you. And if you're the type of person where that's gonna change you, then you have to hold it close to your chest. If you're somebody that, oh yeah, no matter what the world does back to me, it's not gonna change who I am, then go ahead. Love as hard as you fucking want to. If you don't feel like it's gonna change you. But I'm the type where no, if I have enough rejection, I'll start to change. And I've noticed it. I've noticed that I'm more cold, I'm less expressive, it feels so embarrassing and uncomfortable. And I'm just like, this shit's so hard. It is so hard to be a human. It is so hard to stay true to yourself in a world full of just all these different people and their energies all hitting each other and intertwining and fucking each other over. And just, you know what I mean? It's so hard. It's so hard to stay true to yourself and know how to balance things. And I'm a fucking Libra, so that's my number one lesson in life that I have to learn is how to balance shit. And I'm just, oh my God, but this is the shit I was crying about. I'm like, I just want to go back. I want to go back to being a kid and having no care in the world and not giving a fuck what anybody thought of me, just being a weirdo and being full of just like, full of my Sidness. Like, I just miss being like Sid. And most people won't understand what that means unless you know me, but I know what it means, and I fucking miss that person, and it fucking sucks, dude. And it's hard to get it back because, for example, like, let's say, oh yeah, I want to just start being myself again. Okay, well, what if you're completely surrounded by assholes, people that are inauthentic, people that hate themselves? You know how hard that is to start trying to find yourself and be yourself in a room of people like that? And I'm not even saying I'm in a room like that, but sometimes it feels like I am. Sometimes it feels like as soon as you start trying to find yourself, it's like you attract all these fucking assholes. So, I don't know, man. I'm trying to figure it out. But I just want you guys to know, if you are a feeler like me, a crier, a lover, and you know that, like, tap into that and don't let people change it. Like, because I know, like, I've called myself, like, cold and introvert and all this stuff, but I know who I am. I know deep down I'm an intense lover girl, sentimental, psychotic freak, and I don't want to lose that, because when you lose that, it's like the world, I feel like a piece of the world dies, because we need psychotic, crazy, sentimental people. We need people to feel emotions, and feeling is what creates art, it creates life, it creates beautiful moments, it creates conversation. We can't let these pieces of ourselves be stripped away by the evils of this world. That's all I have for you guys today. If you guys like my vibe, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!